I just finished a reading, and something truly beautiful came out of this reading that I have never articulated in the same way to anybody else. And it was a message that I felt was really powerful for a lot of people. And it has to do with letting go of old parts of our identity, specifically old dreams. And we often come into this world and we develop aspirations. We have an idea, I want to do this with my life. And so we build a dream around it. We may pour vast amounts of energy and effort into this, and building a career in some way, whether we aspire to be an actor or an actress, we want to be an artist, a singer, whether we go into business or like I did, we go into law. And we go into it with a sense of having a certain amount of success, a certain impact. And then maybe we don't have success, or it just doesn't quite turn out that way for us, or we end up having to do something else to earn a living and we never have the same breakthrough. And we have to let it go. And there comes a time when we reach a stage in our lives where perhaps the viability of that dream is no more. Well, something that we aren't taught to do is how to really grieve and mourn these old dreams and these identities that we have fueled, we've developed. We have to say, okay, I'm not going to become the superstar athlete or the singer or the musician or the artist, the writer. I'm not going to have a big business of my own, whatever it is. And what came out of this reading was particular to this person, but I think applies to a lot of people, was that we really do need to go through a grieving process. We need to mourn them as if they were people. And we got into what it's like when we treat somebody who's a loved one who has passed away, and the relationship and our treatment of them is very solemn, it's very sacred. We come together and we have eulogies and we talk about the impact of on our lives. And we remember the good. And we don't always do that with people when they're alive. We have relationships to people and they vex us and they annoy us and we have conflict. But when they pass and we enter a period of grief and we express our love for them, that's not what we remember. We don't talk about the petty argument that happened 6 months ago or 5 years ago. We honor them. And so we need to do the same with these identities, with these pieces of us. We're letting them go. We're, in a sense, burying them. We're not discarding them like used pieces of clothing. And when we can eulogize them, what did they do for our lives? How did they impact us? Remembering the good, how they made us feel alive. And then we can properly let them go. We can put them to rest with a certain amount of love and dignity and sacredness. And we aren't really trained in any way to do this with parts of our lives that we have to let go. So I'm going to encourage you to explore what it would mean to have some kind of ritual around letting go of a part of your life you've had to abandon, that has had to die, whether due to circumstances beyond your control, or you decided that there was something else that was more stable or reasonable or necessary for you, whatever the case may be. See if you could come up with a ritual. What would it mean to do this with somebody else, other people, and say I'm gonna do a public eulogy with some close friends for this part of my life, or just a solo, private ceremony. And when you do that, I think you can really start to properly let go of these dreams rather than them being narratives of failure, of this just didn't happen. And I didn't realize this part of myself. Allows us to to let go in a very skillful way, a healthier way. It allows us to properly pay the respect that this part of our life deserves. And then from there, our story changes from a story of failure or regret into something else. I hope that's helpful.